Hey everyone, Patrick here, and we've got some pretty exciting news here at Waterlust. We have a brand new headquarters, and a lot of people may not have known that Waterlust has always been run out of our house, pretty much. Fiona and I are married, and we've run the company since 2011 in our living room, then it moved to the guest bedroom, then it moved to the garage, and finally we've been able to move it into its own proper office. And moving everything out of the house on that first day and kind of like taking that journey. It's not far, we're only a few miles away, but that first day moving over was, I don't know, it was pretty weird. It feels pretty weird just leaving our old headquarters, which is the garage, and heading over for the first time to the new place. And we've packed all of our cars full of the first round of equipment, which is mostly inventory and computers and printers and all sorts of stuff. But it feels, I think, for Fiona and I in particular, Waterlust, when it started, since now, we've always run the business out of our house. So it's always been like a really kind of intimate part of our lives, which has been both really great and also really hard. The great part about it is that we have a lot of flexibility, and it's just nice to just makes like logistically things easier. Also cheaper, running it out of the garage is way cheaper than getting a commercial space. But the downsides, and anyone that's started a small business themselves, especially like with a spouse, is that it's really difficult to establish where the boundaries are. And Fiona doesn't have as hard a time as I do, but she's really good at the end of the day of just like flipping a switch and like transitioning away from work and into our personal lives. But I have a lot harder time doing that. Like if we're having like a big day at work, it takes me like an hour or two, or I have to go to the gym or go for a run or something to kind of like reset my brain, because it's kind of weird. Like if we're sitting in our house, but we work in our house, it feels like you're kind of sitting in an office all the time. So that's the part that the two of us are like really excited about with this move. We're gonna have, really since the first time we've been with each other for like almost 10 years, and that entire time Waterlust has always been part of our life at home. So it's gonna be really weird to not have that, but I also think it's gonna be really nice. Like we're gonna be able to, at the end of a long day of work, we'll be able to come home and not be surrounded by work, and that I'm incredibly thankful for, and I'm really I'm just excited that we've been able to get to this point so that we can do that. But so yeah, I'm pretty darn excited.
I got it wrong.
There you go.
We're here.
The new digs. Come on in. All right, this is the new spot. Blank canvas. Time to get to work.
been a couple weeks since we moved in, and I thought it'd be fun to give you all a tour of the new space. It's not quite totally built out yet, but close enough. And we want to share it with you because we're so appreciative of the support everybody gives us. And Waterlust, it relies on you. When we make these products and we do our science communication work, if you guys don't really take the baton and run with it, if you don't share what you learn with other people, none of this is going to work. So we're just so appreciative of this community, and we want to share these exciting milestones with people. So we'll give you a tour, and you take a look at the new dig. So first up, this is the big improvement, is our inventory area. And that was the main thing holding us back in the old space, was we just didn't have enough space to keep all of our products. And since we're making a lot of new stuff, we need more space. So we have 2 racks here, and we're getting more racks because we need more space. And so everything we keep in Tupperware, it's all labeled. Carol is our office manager, and this is her world. I will not touch it because she's very, very organized. One thing you can see that, and this is kind of cool stuff to share with you because it's sort of devil in the detail stuff, but you can see as we've gotten bigger, we've started to get bigger batches of products from our factory, and they ship them in plastic bags because they have to protect them. And once they arrive here, we don't use any more plastic from here until you get it. But we've been starting to talk about ways that we could get rid of even that. And this is that kind of pre-consumer waste stuff that a lot of times people don't see. One idea we have is getting these reusable bags that we're going to ship back and forth between the factory and us. So that's just a little thing. All these little details. This is our primary shipping area. So when we get an order, it prints here, and then it kind of goes down the production line. We have our buffs in there, and then all of our shipping labels. We have all of our masks, protective masks, and we have this cool little cart and that Carol uses to bring stuff out to USPS. We have a little kitchen area in the back that we're still sort of working on. We got an old fridge we picked up. This still needs a little bit of work, but it's getting there. Over here, so there's a cool partition. We get two rooms. We're debating. We're thinking at some point this is going to be like a quiet space, like a meeting room, a conference table kind of thing where we can come in and have meetings, maybe post-pandemic when we actually have people visit. One thing you may have noticed in the previous clips, sometimes we're wearing masks and sometimes we aren't. And that's because this is a family-run company. And to make life easier, we've established a germ circle. So we're basically quarantining all together. Laura, Fiona, myself, her boyfriend, mother-in-law, father-in-law. So when we don't have masks on, that's because we're all self-quarantining. Otherwise, we always wear masks. But so next to our soon-to-be maybe conference room, we have our photo studio. The lights on because we were just shooting some stuff. And turn the lights off. But this is probably the room we're actually surprisingly most excited about, because before, whenever we would shoot product photography, we'd have to put everything away because we would do it in the living room. And so you take it out and do it and put it away, and it was a real pain in the neck. Now we get to have everything here. We got the cameras down here. We have the light set up. We have a white cloth that drops down there when we're doing product photography. And we're so excited to use this kind of post-pandemic to redo all of our product photography and get a better diversity of body shapes and race on our website. That's something we've been really wanting to work on over the last couple of years, and we just haven't made it happen, but we're really excited. This is going to make it a lot easier. Can't do it yet because we can't have people coming in and with the pandemic, but as soon as it's safe to do so, we will do it. So now we're walking out into the front, and we just have sort of some general storage. We got a TV, and this is sort of our, I don't know, I guess you could say our bullpen, where we do most of our work. That's my desk, Fiona's desk, and Laura's desk. And Laura has all of her sewing machines here, and she does all of our design work, and she's working on some top secret products over there. And then we've got the Idea basketball, which if I get this in, it means it's really good luck. Let's see. I can do better. Wait, I got a computer, so I can edit that to make it look perfect. Here we go. And that's it. It's a pretty modest size space, but a huge upgrade compared to what we had before. And we couldn't be happier to be here. It's going to be a really exciting couple of years in this space. And we're super, super stoked to be here and can't wait to share all these adventures coming up with you. For people that are kind of doing maybe doing their own businesses, or people that are working at home, looking to do that same transition over to getting their own commercial space. I know that can be, at least it was for us, it's a pretty big jump. When you take that jump to get a commercial space and you sign a multi-year lease and all that kind of stuff, it can be pretty overwhelming. And I have 3 tips for you if that's something that you're looking to kind of navigate. My first tip would be to take advantage of working at home. When your company is small and you don't really know what the future holds, you can save a lot of money by running your business out of a spare bedroom or a garage like we did. So that's something I think, especially now with the pandemic, a lot more people are probably doing that than usual. But I'm a huge proponent of it. It was really hard for many years, but we saved a lot of money, and that money was instrumental in growing the business and maturing the business. So that's sort of tip 1. Tip 2 would be when it comes time for you to make the jump, and when you're really got to the point where you've outgrown working at home and you need your own space, I think it's really important to take your time in finding the right new space. We probably spent about maybe 6 to 8 months looking for spots in Miami before we actually chose the spot. And at the time, it felt like, man, this is really dragging on. But you learn a lot through the process, and you can really like hone it into the exact right place. And we were so glad we did that, because some of the earlier spots that maybe we might have taken in retrospect totally weren't a good fit for us. And if we had rushed it, that would have been a mistake for us. So I think take your time in the search process. Give yourself a lot more time than you think you might need. It can take, I've heard from real estate agents, it can take 6 months plus before you find like that right perfect space. So that's tip number 2. And tip number 3 is to study up on all the rules and regulations for what you need to both run your business in your house and to run your business in a commercial space. I had no idea. We have no background in business. We're scientists. We don't know what we're doing. But when we first set up our business in our house, there are rules about what you can do and what you can't do, what percentage of your square footage you can use, what certifications you have to get with your city, with your county. So definitely look into that and follow all the rules. Take advantage of the resources that your city and county municipalities have, because they're really helpful. They want to see you succeed. And then when we moved into this space, we had to get a bunch of new stuff, certificate of uses. We had to get occupational licenses. You have to have fire department checks. You have to have code checks, all this stuff. So there's doing that homework before you sign on for a place is really important. And, every state is different. So here in Florida, it might be different to where you are, or if you're in a different country. But just doing that research ahead of time so you know exactly what you're signing up for would be my 3rd and final tip. So anyway, really excited to share this with you guys, and hope to see you soon. Bye.